Week 23 of the fantasy basketball season, and with the championship coming up, most likely for most owners, at least the second round of the playoffs. Here's a few forwards I look to add this week. The first guy, Jared Vanderbilt of the Minnesota Timberwolves. So Vanderbilt, it's been an up and down season here for him, but he's a guy that's really going to help in field goal percentage and rebounding this season. On the season, 7 points a game, 8.7 rebounds, 1.3 assists, 1.4 steals a game, and 58% from the field. But the last few weeks, 8.2 points a game, 8.6 rebounds, 1.2 steals, and 59% from the field. So like I mentioned, he's not a big-time scorer. He's a decent stealer of the basketball, but rebounding and a good field goal percentage is obviously Vanderbilt's specialty. So the last few games for him, March 23rd versus Phoenix, 12 points, 12 rebounds, and assist to steal, 45% from the field. March 25th versus Dallas, 12 points, 6 boards, a steal, 80% from the field. And March 27th in Boston, 11 points, 4 rebounds, and 71% from the field. So right here, he's available in 62% of fantasy leagues, and he's getting decent playing time, about 25 minutes a game here for this Minnesota Timberwolves team that's in the thick of things in the playoff hunt. And he's a guy that's a good glue guy. Like I mentioned, rebounding, steals, and field goal is his specialty, and if you need those categories, he's a good add this week. The second forward I look to add this week's Denia Vida of the Washington Wizards. So right here, Vida, it's been an up and down second season for him in the NBA. 7.9 points a game, 5.1 rebounds, 1.8 assists, and 42% from the field. But the last few weeks here, he's picked it up, 13.3 points a game, 5.7 rebounds, 3 assists, 1.4 threes a game, and 40% from the field. So he's not a great field goal guy here, is Vida. But now with Bradley Beal obviously being out, since he's been out the last month or two, his numbers have gone up and the playing time's gone up. March 24th in Milwaukee, 12 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 threes, 38% from the field. March 25th at the Pistons, 21 points, 10 boards, 4 assists, a block, 3 threes, 43% from the field. And March 27th versus the Warriors, what a good victory. 14 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, a steal, 3 threes, 55% from the field. So he's available right now, still in 72% of fantasy leagues, but he did get added in 18% of leagues over the last week here. So if you need three-point shooting, good rebounding, and a decent amount of assists, I think Avida's a good add, and he's versatile as well here this season. Shooting guard, small forward, and powered forward he qualifies at. So he's a good add this week and a versatile one. The next guy I look to add is Ben McLemore of the Portland Trailblazers. So over the last few seasons, McLemore, he's bounced around the league here. But now with all the injuries in Portland and them trading a lot of guys at the deadline, he's stepped in and he's given them good minutes and production. On the season, 9.4 points a game, 1.6 rebounds, 2.2 threes a game, and 38% from the field. But the last couple weeks here for McLemore, 14.9 points a game, 2.3 rebounds, 2.9 threes, and 44% from the field. So he's pretty much a 2 or 3 category type of player. He's pretty good scoring, 3-point shooting. He'll give you 2 or 3 a game here. And rebounding, not the greatest, but he'll chip in a little with that. March 23rd, the San Antonio Spurs, 23 points, 2 boards, 3 assists, 77% from the field. March 25th versus Houston, 15 points, 2 rebounds, 2 threes, a block, 45% from the field. And March 26th versus Houston, one of his former teams, 11 points, 2 rebounds, 2 steals, 2 threes, and 50% from the field. So right here, he's available in 88% of fantasy leagues. And if you need scoring and 3-point shooting and a decent field goal percentage over the last few weeks here, I think McLemore is a good pickup this week, and he qualifies at shooting guard and small forward as well. The next forward's Taurean Prince of the Minnesota Timberwolves. So Prince, throughout his career, it just seems like some stretches of the season he gets hot and then he disappears again. On the season, 7.2 points a game, 2.5 rebounds, 1.3 threes a game, and 45% from the field. But the last couple weeks here, he's getting more playing time and he's caught fire. 13.5 points a game, 3.8 rebounds, 1.2 assists, 2.3 threes a game, and 49% from the field. So he's going to help you in 3-point shooting. Decent rebounder he is. And his 3-point shots improved over the last few seasons. So the last few games here for Prince, March 23rd versus Phoenix, 10 points, 2 rebounds, 2 threes, 40% from the field. March 25th versus Dallas, 14 points, 5 rebounds, and assists, 2 threes, 71% from the field. And March 27th at Boston, 10 points, 4 rebounds, a steal, a block, 2 threes, and 40% from the field. So right now he's available widely in 92% of fantasy leagues. But like I mentioned, if you need three-point shooting, rebounding, and some scoring, Prince, he's pretty good at those things, and he's going to help you in many ways. So I definitely would give him an ad this week. And the fifth and final forward I look to add this week is Obi Toppin of the New York Knicks. So he's been adding 22% of fantasy leagues over the last week here. And I know Julius Randle was out for a few games, but returned in Sunday's ball game versus Detroit. But on the season here for Toppin, 7.5 points a game, 3.6 rebounds, 52% from the field. But the last couple weeks here for Toppin, 10.7 points a game, 5 boards, 1.6 assists, 1.1 threes a game, and 60% from the field. So this Knicks team, they're going to fall short of the playing game, it looks like. But Obi Toppin, he's getting better, especially from his rookie year to this year in his second year. So the last few games here for Toppin, March 23rd at Charlotte, 18 points, 11 rebounds, 6 assists, a steal, a block, 2 threes, 72% from the field. March 25th in Miami, 15 points, 8 rebounds, 2 threes, 60% from the field. And then March 27th with Randle returning, he only played 17 minutes with 10 points, a rebound, 2 assists, a steal, a block, and 66% from the field. So I think he's still going to play about 20, 25 minutes a game, even with Randle back, and he's going to be great for shooting percentage. He's a guy that's three-point shots gotten better as well, and he's a pretty decent rebounder as well. So if you need those categories and you're in a 12-team league or deeper, I think Obi Toppin's a good ad this week, and he's available in 75% of fantasy leagues. So that's a few forwards I look to add here in week 23 of most championships for fantasy owners this week.